Tragedy outside a Northeast Columbus convenience store. A 7-year-old boy shot to death. Another child and a 19-year-old in the hospital tonight. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. At 11, I'm Mike Jackson.
And I'm Colleen Marshall. So far, no arrests have been made, but at least 2 people are being questioned at this hour. The shooting happened around 4 o'clock this afternoon in the parking lot at the Express Mart at 5th Avenue and Peters Avenue. Tonight, NBC4 has team coverage. Dan Perlman talked to witnesses who say violence is common in the neighborhood, but today's incident is still shocking to them. But first, Ted Hart live at Nationwide Children's Hospital with the latest on the victims. Ted?
Yeah, Colleen, one child is recovering here at Nationwide Children's Hospital. As you said, though, another sadly has died. A 19-year-old male is being treated at Grant Medical Center. Meanwhile, detectives and crime scene investigators have been working all night, going through the evidence, talking to witnesses, talking to persons of interest, trying to piece together exactly what happened and why. Officers responding to 911 calls arrived at the scene to find 2 children and a 19-year-old man had been shot.
It appears that they were in the car and that someone walked up and started shooting towards the vehicle.
The children were rushed to Nationwide Children's Hospital, where the 7-year-old boy was pronounced dead. The other child, a 4 or 5-year-old, is in stable condition. The 19-year-old male was also hospitalized in stable condition. Sam Obiad rushed to the scene after getting a call from his cousin, a clerk inside the store.
He was extremely terrified, paranoid, scared to death.
Obiad said he's grown accustomed to the gunfire.
I used to it myself. I mean, I carry a gun myself 24/7, you know, and I own a few businesses myself, you know. I mean, to me, it's normal. I used to it.
Investigators say they don't know yet what the motive was, but they were able to quickly identify a couple of persons of interest and apprehend them for questioning.
We got some information from some of the witnesses at the scene. The other thing is some officers doing immediate follow-up on persons they know in the area and descriptions, and it kind of a collaborative effort from there.
And the clerk inside that store wasn't the only witness horrified by what they'd seen this afternoon. And NBC4 Dan Perlman has more on that. Dan?
Ted, you know, 2 children shot, 1 dead. That's what's sticking with so many people. Keen's Body Shop sits right here. It's a staple in this community. And just across the street, that's where the gunshots rang out.
Me and my family run this place. About 4 o'clock, 6 shots rang out. The mother, I assume, she was distraught. She's pretty much wailing. I thought it was an adult in the car. I didn't know. And then you just see this small body kind of slump over out of the car, and she picks her up, and it's just, then the scene just broke into, everybody just starts breaking down over there.
All that really in just a matter of moments.
Why the children, what'd they do? Nothing.
The Express Market, 5th and Peters, is no stranger to police, no stranger to crime, gun violence, but in this neighborhood, this one's different.
The fact that any kid was involved is a tragedy in itself.
In this case, a young child is dead, another injured, as a family, a community grieves as one.
They got to live that every day, and hopefully the people that are involved are dealt with accordingly.
And this is getting a very big reaction on the NBC4 Facebook page as well. One woman writing, quote, "This needs to stop." One man, "When are you thugs gonna learn? These were innocent kids." As Ted mentioned, the investigation into what happened out here continues. We are live in Columbus. Dan Perlman, NBC4.
Thank you, Dan. And this is not the first time police have been called to the Express Market. Several violent incidents were reported at that same spot over the past 10 years. The most recent was January 7th. Police say a man walked out of the Express Mart and shot 2 people who were sitting in a car. Both of those victims survived. Back in June of 2010, one man was killed, another wounded after police officers say they were arguing with another man inside the store. The fight moved outside where both men were shot. 2 years before that, 2 Columbus police officers shot a 16-year-old girl who they say was holding a gun outside the store. That gun turned out to be a BB gun. Police say her boyfriend was inside the store and might have been planning to rob it. Now, in 2006, an employee shot and killed an intruder who broke into the store at that time. Stay with NBC4 for the latest developments on tonight's shooting. We'll be following up on the victims and the suspects on air and online at NBC4i.com. And we are following some breaking news.